Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Stoic Compass. I'm Jim Walker, and today we're talking about relationships, which means I'm about to get roasted.
Only if you deserve it. I'm Eleanor Vance, and today we're exploring how Stoic wisdom can help you not completely mess up the most important decision of your life.
Before we dive into my relationship mistakes, and there are many, hit that like and subscribe button. Help us reach more people who need life advice from ancient dead guys.
Those ancient dead guys were pretty smart.
They really were. Okay, so I read this article by Tim Urban about picking a life partner, and Ellie, it's basically a horror story disguised as relationship advice.
How so?
He starts by saying that unhappily married people are more miserable than single people. Like, significantly more miserable.
Which should be obvious, but somehow isn't. People think any relationship is better than being single.
Right? He shows that single people are actually in a neutral, hopeful position. They're one step away from happiness. But unhappily married people are 3 steps away.
Soul-crushing breakup, emotional recovery, then finding the right person.
Exactly. So being single is actually not that bad when you think about it that way.
And this is very Stoic. Epictetus would say you're attaching unnecessary negative judgment to being single. It's just a state of being, neither good nor bad in itself.
So I should stop panicking about being alone?
Are you panicking about being alone?
Not currently, but I have friends who are. And Urban has this mind-blowing exercise. Subtract your age from 90. That's roughly how many years you'll spend with your life partner.
That's a lot of years to spend with the wrong person.
He breaks it down. 20,000 meals together, 100 vacations, 18,000 times hearing about their day.
When you put it that way, it sounds exhausting even with the right person.
Right? So why do smart people mess this up so badly?
Urban identifies several factors working against us. First, people are terrible at knowing what they want from a relationship.
There's a study about speed dating that proves this. People describe what they want, then immediately contradict themselves minutes later by choosing completely different people.
Because you don't get good at something until you've done it many times. And most people don't have time for many serious relationships before making the big decision.
So we're all just winging it?
Pretty much. And here's where the Stoics can help. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about self-knowledge. Know yourself first before trying to know what you need from someone else.
Okay, but how do I know myself when I've never been in a serious long-term relationship?
Start by examining your judgments. What do you think you want versus what do you actually respond to? The Stoic practice is brutal honesty with yourself.
Urban also says society gives us terrible advice. Like aggressively bad advice.
Oh, this part is fascinating. What does he say?
Society tells us to not think too much about it. Just go with your gut, rely on fate, hope for the best. But if you ran a business that way, you'd fail immediately.
Right. If someone made detailed spreadsheets about finding a partner, society calls them a robot. But that's literally what you'd do for any other important decision.
Wait, are you saying I should make spreadsheets about dating?
I'm saying you should think rationally about it instead of just hoping the universe delivers your soulmate.
The Stoics would approve of the spreadsheet approach, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. They were all about rational analysis. Marcus Aurelius literally kept a journal analyzing his thoughts and behaviors. That's basically a self-improvement spreadsheet.
Urban also says society stigmatizes online dating and speed dating, even though those systems logically expand your pool of candidates.
Because society wants you to meet your partner through dumb luck. Just bump into them randomly or meet through your tiny social circle.
Which makes no sense. A study showed that our dating choices are 98% based on who's available, not on what we actually want.
That's depressing.
Super depressing. People just pick from whatever pool they happen to be in, regardless of compatibility.
And then, society also rushes us. You have to get married before you're too old, which varies from 25 to 35 depending on where you live.
Right. Society judges a 37-year-old single person more harshly than an unhappily married 37-year-old with kids.
Even though the single person is 1 step from happiness, while the married person is 3 steps away, it's completely backwards.
So what would the Stoics say about societal pressure?
Epictetus has a perfect quote for this. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Don't let other people's opinions control your life decisions.
Easier said than done when your entire family's asking when you're getting married.
That's why it requires practice. The Stoic dichotomy of control. You control your choices, not other people's judgments.
Okay, now Urban gets into the fun part. Biology is working against us too.
Oh no, what now?
Our biology evolved a long time ago and doesn't understand modern relationships. When we feel even the slightest attraction, our brain floods us with chemicals designed to make us mate, fall in love, and commit long-term.
The honeymoon phase is basically your brain drugging you.
Exactly. And for middle ground cases where you should probably move on and find something better, we get swept up in the chemical roller coaster and end up engaged.
This is where Stoic mindfulness becomes crucial. You need to recognize when your biology is hijacking your rational mind.
How do I know if it's love or just chemicals?
Ask yourself, if the exciting feelings disappeared tomorrow, would I still want to spend 18,000 days with this person? Would I enjoy hearing about their day for the 50,000th time?
That's a sobering question.
It should be. This is the most important decision you'll make. The Stoics believed in examining things rationally, not just following your feelings.
Urban then categorizes the types of people who mess this up. And they're hilarious. First is overly romantic Ronald.
Let me guess. He thinks love conquers all?
Bingo! Ronald believes that being in love is enough reason to marry someone. He ignores all the red flags because he's found his soulmate.
Even though they fight constantly and he feels worse about himself.
Right! He shuts down the rational voice in his head with thoughts like, everything happens for a reason, and love is all that matters.
This is the opposite of Stoicism. The Stoics would say love is important, but it's not sufficient. You need compatibility, shared values, mutual respect.
Marcus Aurelius loved his wife, but he also wrote about the importance of reason and virtue in all relationships.
Exactly. Love without wisdom leads to suffering. Next character?
Fear-driven Frida. She's making decisions based entirely on fear of being left behind, fear of being judged, fear of being the last single friend.
Oh, this is a big one. Fear is one of the worst decision makers.
Urban says the irony is that the only rational fear should be spending the rest of your life unhappily with the wrong person.
But that's exactly what fear-driven people risk by trying to be risk-averse. They settle for a mediocre partnership to avoid the fear of being alone.
So what would Epictetus tell Frida?
He'd tell her to examine her fears rationally. What's actually within her control? She controls whether she settles for the wrong person. She doesn't control what others think of her relationship status.
Next is externally influenced Ed. He lets other people make the decision for him.
Oh no, this is painful.
Urban says Ed might break up with the right person because his family disapproves, or marry the wrong person because everyone says they look great together.
This violates a core Stoic principle. Your life is yours to live. Other people's opinions are externals you cannot control.
But what if your entire family hates your partner?
Then you need to rationally examine why. Are they pointing out genuine red flags you're missing, or are they imposing their preferences on your life?
That requires a lot of honest self-reflection.
Which is exactly what Stoicism demands. Next character?
Shallow Sharon. She's more concerned with the on-paper description than the actual person.
Height, job prestige, wealth, accomplishments.
Exactly. Urban calls these people Scantron boyfriends or wives because they correctly fill in all the bubbles, but there's no real connection underneath.
I love that term, Scantron spouse.
It's perfect. And the Stoics would say Sharon is confusing preferred indifference with actual virtue.
Right. Wealth and status are preferred indifference. Nice to have, but they don't determine character or compatibility. Sharon's prioritizing the wrong things.
Last one is Selfish Stanley, and he comes in 3 varieties.
This should be good.
First is the my way or highway type. Cannot compromise, needs to win every decision, wants to keep their single life but have companionship.
That's not a partnership, that's having a servant.
Exactly. Second is the main character. Everything is about them. Their day, their problems, their achievements. The partner is just a sidekick.
The Stoics emphasized viewing others as equals. Marcus Aurelius wrote about seeing the divine spark in everyone.
And third is the needs-driven person. They pick a partner based solely on what needs get met. She cooks, he's rich, she's organized, he's great in bed.
Those are perks, not foundations. After a year, you're used to having those needs met, and then what?
Exactly. So Urban is basically saying most people approach this decision completely wrong.
And the Stoic approach would be what? Besides not being any of these terrible people?
Well, let me try. First, know yourself through honest self-examination. Second, think rationally instead of just following feelings or societal pressure.
Good start. Keep going.
Third, focus on character and virtue rather than external qualities. Fourth, don't let fear or other people's opinions make the decision for you.
And fifth, recognize that you're choosing a thinking, feeling human being with their own inner life, not just someone who meets your needs.
This is actually really helpful. I'm going to stop making jokes and admit that this episode might save some relationships.
Or prevent some bad ones from happening in the first place.
Even better, The Stoics were big on prevention through wisdom.
Exactly. Seneca wrote that we should learn from others' mistakes so we don't have to make them ourselves.
So listeners, don't be Ronald, Frida, Ed, Sharon, or Stanley. Be rational, know yourself, and choose wisely.
Because you're potentially choosing your companion for the next 50 years and 20,000 meals.
That's a lot of meals. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of relationships and Stoic wisdom.
Until next time, think rationally, examine your judgments, and don't let biology or society make your decisions for you.
And maybe don't marry a Scantron spouse.
Definitely don't do that. This podcast is powered by VoxCrea.ai, where ideas find their voice.